Hello, World Wide Web. I'm Dr. Shado, the United Personality of here, and welcome back to the Predator 2016 draft. A dramatic reading. Yes, it's been about a day. I've actually named the files that I've put up, and I've actually gotten a little feedback, including the fact that the little parentheses saying, and this is a secret for later, actually is quite common in screenwriting. It's a thing. Studio execs reading these things really don't have very good attention spans. Okay. But yeah, so we are continuing on. We have gone through what the hell, two slotted fry. Yeah, that. Interestingly enough, that's the last thing that happened. The upgrade Predator ship, the Predator mothership, actually was shot down by the F-16s, where in the actual film, that he shot down the F-16, F-22. He shot down the Army pilots, this Air Force dudes. They got shot down, and that was that. So, yeah, that's a bit different. Let's see if it actually means anything different going forward. Interior, Rory's room. Night. Rory lies in bed, wide awake, peering into a tiny keychain viewer with a light in it. A photo. Father and son in happier times. Rory sighs, rolls over, turns on his bedside table lamp, and there, on the nightstand, is the Kuja! Remember that steampunk fucking TV remote? Yeah, Kuja! The bio-helmet sits beside it, eerie, beckoning. Rory reaches for the Kuja, but it's no longer blinking. Shit. He thumbs buttons to wake it up. Nothing at first. Then it glows red. Success! Rory chews his lip, thinking, what's next? Oh, let me check the script then. And then he learns the meaning of the phrase, be careful what you wish for, because son... I'm pretty sure he would have already known the meaning of that phrase. I mean, yeah, autism spectrum and all, but that one really doesn't have any, like, double meaning words or anything. It's be careful what you wish for. When you're making wishes, do it with care. Especially considering, like, someone on the spectrum as heavily as Rory is supposed to be probably already words things very fucking literally, so he really doesn't have to be as careful as many other people when dealing with a djinn or some shit. When a djinn comes down with some fucking evil things like, I'm gonna twist your words into doing whatever the fuck I want instead of what you want, Rory would be the perfect guy to just be like, nah, I'd like a double quarter pounder with cheese. And he'd get the fucking double quarter pounder with cheese because he'd fucking word it perfectly. But now, evidently just now he's learning, be careful what you wish for. Because suddenly, shapes moving in his peripheral vision. He looks up, gasps, giant, multi-eyed spiders! As opposed to spiders with one eye. Crawling on the wall and ceiling out of nowhere. All around him, terrified, Rory starts to hyperventilate. He stabs buttons in a desperate bid to make them go away. Then notices the spiders are glitching with electron distortion. He double takes, sees monofilaments of light emanating from the bio-helmet. It's the source of the images. Not just images, holographic projections. Okay, now I have no fucking idea why the mask would be capable of projecting holograms and also just so happened to have a fucking load of spiders it felt like showing at the time. He picks up the helmet, lifts it to his face, and bio-helmet POV intercut. Like a police video, the spiders are a pre-recorded image of a predator hunt on another world. At his fingertips is a virtual document of the Predator's travels across the galaxy. He pulls the mask away, a stew of various images projected in 3D all around him, including something he didn't expect. As opposed to everything else, the fucking spiders, the hunting on the fucking other planet, all of that's pretty mundane shit, let's be honest. What appears to be a map. At its center, a highlighted alien shape, blinking. A beacon, a marker, or maybe, just maybe, a transponder. Ponder. Of what? What the fucking the upgrade Predator's mothership got fucking shot down, and fucking the original Predator already set his own ship to self fucking destruct. So what the fuck's being transponded from fucking where? The little escape pod from the Ark that has the Predator Killer attached to it? Is that it? And it just so happens to be being broadcast to every fucking predator around. Real fucking great job to keep that secret. I don't know. Let's continue on. Exterior rural motel night. Nebraska Williams smokes a cigarette in the blinking neon of the motel sign. He hears a scuffle. Turns to see Nettles emerging from behind the sign, zipping his pants. Nettles. There's a toilet in the room. Nettles' eyes widen like he's just seen God. What? What? That was the scene. Okay. Interior motel room night. A knock on the door. A code. Flyboy opens it. Lets Williams and Nettles back in. Casey's on the bed, sleeping off the tranquilizer dart. The rest of the vets gather around. McKenna, weary, says, "Don't any of you guys have someplace to be?" The loony straight glances. Shrug. VA psych ward? Military prison? McKenna nods. Point taken. So now what, Chief? Your green boy got away. I'm telling you, TV news, bro. I have to believe you. Right, and I have some land in Florida to sell you. Just get somebody credible, like Channel 9. What's her name? The lady with the big hiney. Fool, she's a meteorologist. She is? He's right. One look at her, and you can tell whether... The others trade looks. What does that even mean? I'm with them. What the fuck? What? Ugh. If we get someone to listen, and if it's and butts were candy and nuts, we all have a Merry Christmas. Baxley subsides grumpily. On the bed, Casey stirs. Blinks awake, alarmed to see the loony surrounding her. I love waking up to the sound of macho bullshit. She grimaces, fumbles out her cell phone. Incredibly, McKenna grabs the shotgun, cocks it. Is he gonna shoot her? That's totally different than what was attempted in the fucking the actual theatrical movie. No, he grabs the phone, shoves it under a pillow, and a muted boom. The pillow's a smoking ruin. Phone vanquished. Fortunately, no one else in this motel is gonna care about a fucking shotgun going off. I mean, it was muffled by a pillow. What even is a shotgun, Shao? Are you crazy? Crazy? A beat, then a small chorus. Maybe a little, I don't know, probably. McKenna ignores them. Turns to Casey. Use your head, lady. You want them trained saying that phone. Question. Everyone looks at him. How much you asking for this land in Florida? Casey huffs impatiently. She starts up, heads for the door. You guys can play house if you want. I have dogs to feed and midterms to grade. Don't be stupid. She looks up sharply. They tried to put a bullet in your head back there. Eyes smoldering. You're expendable, just like the rest of us. So, I didn't see in this version of events her actually getting the little vial of plot fluid. Did she or did she not get the little vial of plot fluid? Is it just back to... originally, did they just want to kill her for the sake of it? Like, I was kind of thinking when I first saw the movie, because the little vial of plot fluid really wasn't the strongest point made in why they want to kill her. I mean, it was made, but I was too busy, like, groaning to pay attention to it. And initially, when I first watched the movie, I thought they just wanted to kill her for the sake of it. Then, rewatching it, I realized, oh, no, plot fluid. Now it looks like, okay, I saw the plot fluid earlier, but with the script that's saying all the shit that's going to happen later, the kid's going to save the world, this is our good predator, they never mention her actually taking the plot fluid. So now they're just like, no, they want dead. And like, why? This really has no why in there. Oh. That stops her. She exhales, looks around the unit. Expendables, huh? More like the 7 fucking dwarves. Nels grins bashfully. Casey sighs. Can I borrow a phone at least? I need someone to feed my dogs. This version of events actually remembers the fact that I have some fucking dogs. She flops in a chair, gazes up at McKenna. You saw it first, didn't you, the Predator? Off his quizzical look. I read the file. Those men it killed. Yours? McKenna nods, grim. I figured. You may well have written their script. Psycho X may as well have written their script. Psycho X sniper, PTSD, divorced, even got a flaky kid who curls up in a ball. It's perfect. What? So you're not mentioning that they're going to need a patsy, but you're fucking implying that pretty hard here. Except bringing up his fucking kid, and what does that have to do with fucking anything? I mean, divorced, yeah. PTSD, yeah. Psycho X sniper, yeah. You have a kid with special needs. And this enhances the you probably would go off on a killing spree angle? What? McKenna's eyes blaze. She shrugs. I'm just telling you what's in their file. It said flaky. That was an unfortunate embellishment. Can we move on? We can start with what you were doing at the supposedly abandoned military base full of private soldiers. Mercs. I'm an evolutionary biologist. I was on call in case of, contact. McKenna thinks it over. Pace stops, exhales raggedly. If we want to keep breathing, we gotta find this thing. Expose it. We all agreed. Ella goes round. A bonding moment. Exiles. All perfect scapegoats. No one will miss them. Especially since for some reason fucking Olivia Munn's character has no fucking friends outside of her dogs. And they just want to kill her for no reason. Sure, why not? Good. First things first. What is it? The Predator? Well, it has human DNA, for one thing. The loonies react. What? That's not all. I was there when it escaped. I think it was looking for something. McKenna goes pale with the realization. It's equipment. He looks up, realizes all eyes are on him. I took it, so I'd have evidence. I think I know where it's headed. Pause, Nettle clears his throat. We're gonna need some ordnance. Ordnance? Weapons and shit. Nebraska Williams' brow furrows, plotting. I know a guy. Exterior forest clearing the next evening! The next one. Okay. Aye. A parked two-tone Winnebago Super Chief from inside. So it's the next evening, so they just fucking skip ahead a whole goddamn day? So you know where it's heading, but not too quickly. Okay. TV sound off screen. The 41-year-old came to this Texas home to meet our decoy, who he believes to be an underage girl. Oh, yeah. I'm Chris Hansen. Interior Winnebago evening. Every square inch crammed with war mementos and weaponry. Been to a gun show? That's... Shane, have you been to a gun show? Didn't think so. A grizzled man in a wheelchair watches TV. Master Gunnery Sergeant Garrison Cutter! 60s. Chris Hansen on the TV. And what are you up to today? Pervert on the TV. Nothing. Just came to hang out. I see you brought some condoms and some Mike's Hard Lemonade. There's a rap on the door, and Cutter rolls himself in the entire 3 feet to the entire 3 as he raises an M16. Where the fuck did he get that? He opens up enough to see a sliver of a face. Gunny. Well, if it ain't Nebraska Williams. Just wondering how you feel about a little recon mission. Cutter peers through the crack of the door, seeing the group of loonies in the moonlight. McKenna, the others, the very uncomfortable but equally appealing Casey. Did I mention she's sexy? Behind him, dirty laundry, take-out containers. Cat yells. Let me check my schedule. Interior basement, Rory's house, evening! Is it the previous evening or this evening? Because suddenly we've just skipped ahead a day and Oh well, who needed that day? Rory, in his control area, wearing the Frankenstein mask his mom bought him. He pulls it off, frowning. Lame! Then, a scuffling sound at the basement window. He turns to see what appears to be a large, four-legged animal sniffing at the window. The neighbor's pit bull terrier! It disappears. It doesn't pay much mind. It had a better role in this version of events, so instead of just 2 bit parts and then leaves, now it has 3. Okay. Emily does the dishes, oblivious as Rory, clutching something, furtively heads out the back door behind her. Pre-lap, the sound of the doorbell ringing, and a tear front night later. Emily opens the door to reveal Traeger, flanked by armed security men. Mrs. McKenna, can we have a word? Exterior, outside the house, intercut! Reveal McKenna and the rest of the vets hidden in the bushes with field glasses and talkies. Williams aims a shotgun mic at the house. Like, shotgun microphone. I don't know who the fuck Mike is, but if you're doing, like, microphone, like, abbreviation, that tends to be spelled M-I-C. At least that's how I've always seen it before now. I was wondering who the fuck Mike was and where he got that shotgun. Allowing them to hear the conversation. You wouldn't need a shotgun mic for that. I have a shotgun mic on my fucking camera. It just is directional audio. You need a telescopic microphone. You need one with like the little dish they have that they hold up. It's kind of obvious. It's really hard to hide with one of those, but I mean, you tend to be further away from what you need to be hearing. Like fucking Lewis had one in RoboCop. You know, little directional microphone. They did that right. Fucking shotgun mic. I'm just like holding up a fucking camcorder. Zoom in further. It's just using the lenses. It doesn't change anything with the microphone. Fuck. Let me guess. He's done something crazy. Why would you guess that? Because the look on your face says he's not dead, and yet here you fucking are. Stevens notices a locked gun case in the adjoining study. Those are his. He's a hunter. And it's also his, right to have him. But, look, I haven't seen Quinn for a year. He's on assignment. How about your son? Where is he? Around here somewhere. Why? Mind if we speak with him? Interior of the basement, moments later. Traeger and the security men come down the stairs, finding Rory's lair. But the kid? Nowhere to be seen. Rory's mom. That's weird. If he's not in his room, he's always here. He said he was going trick-or-treating, but... Okay, Emily. Your son told you, hey, Mom, going trick-or-treating. Bye. And yet you still thought he was in the house. Am I getting this right? That poor kid. She frowns, sees the 2 discarded costumes in his on his work table. Why would he leave without his costumes? He's terrible at his job. Exterior suburbia, night. Rory timidly roams the neighborhood, surrounded by costume trick-or-treaters and their parents. His head encased in the Predator's biohelmet. The Kujad clutches by his side. Swell costume. Navigating's a bit tricky. He stumbles a little. Rory's POV, human heat signatures. Every direction. Interior, Winnebago, near Rory's house. Night. Cutter at the wheel, taking watch. At the nook in the back, Casey squints into a microscope, murmurs under her breath. So that explains where the Winnebago came from, if it was their friend from way back when, who is wheelchair-bound Lieutenant Dan with his M16, and I have no idea how the fuck he's got an M6 fucking teen in, well, it doesn't matter really which state it was in, because, yeah, that's, the M16, they tend to, is it like a classic little 1980s, like, free model that he just happened to have registered, because that's what you like doing when you are a survivalist, is registering your firearms. It's just one of those he just happens to have. He's one of those lucky bastards with a firearm that's worth several tens of thousands of dollars, if not hundreds of thousands by now. rather than just spend a couple hundred and get yourself AR-15 and just say, okay, fuck it, full auto really isn't worth that much to me. You know, just save a few $100,000. I don't know, but anyway, I'm going to be finishing this page. Fuck it. Cutter at the wheel, taking watch. At the nook in the back, Casey squints into a microscope, murmurs under his breath. It's like a super matrix of trihydroxy and amino acids. She pulls back from the lens, blinks, incredulous, with evidence of recombinant gene splicing. What's the matter? If I'm right, it means they're trying to upgrade themselves. She picks up a talkie, keys it. McKenna, I found something. So did she actually steal the shit and we're just now acknowledging it was in her pocket, but the guys didn't know they had... Well, I mean, McKenna... Well, maybe the guys... Why didn't fucking they say that this is going to happen ahead of time? Like, he's been doing that the whole time. Ah, fuck it. Okay. I'm gonna stop there. Stop right here. So McKenna, I found something. I'm gonna leave this here. This is more of the fucking Predator. Dramatic reading of the script from 2016, an early draft. And yeah, it looks like Olivia Munn's character was supposed to actually say some things that involve long words that are a little difficult to pronounce. Wonder why that didn't happen in the movie. Was it because Olivia specifically said, I can't fucking say that stuff, I have no idea how to pronounce it, and we're doing 20 takes and she's still not getting it right? Or was it because they were like, fuck it, the average viewer for this movie isn't going to know what the fuck it means anyway, so it doesn't matter. Super matrix of trihydroxy and amino acids, with evidence of recombinant gene splicing. How do you have evidence of gene splicing in the first place, let alone recurring, that you're going to just... recombinant. Like, that's not even necessarily the correct word to use there. I don't know. Let's just throw some syllables on there. It's going to sound like she's a genius with tits to match. So, thank you all for watching. I have been Shado. And remember, stop recording weird giant spiders on your hunts. It scares kids. And I have no idea why you have a projector set in the mask that goes, well, based on the movie, it goes out, but it could go, like, it goes in, it could go out. I don't fucking know. Remember, I don't fucking know.